okay, the riskiest thing you can do is to not do anything at all. And here's exactly what I mean by this. You can probably relate. You've been there, I've been there, we've all been there, and I'll literally walk you through exactly what I mean, how it has impacted me, so you can avoid the same mistakes I did and actually get to where you want to go. Because when I say the riskiest thing you can do is to not do anything at all, what I mean is that staying in the same place is actually more expensive than paying for where you want to go. So to really break this down, I hope this makes sense because I do have a core message that I want to share with you guys in this video. But what this essentially means is that if you stay stuck in the same place and you don't do anything at all, you obviously will never get to where you want to go. But most of us hold ourselves back from getting to point B or getting to our goal because it's too expensive, because you don't want to fail, because this, because that. It doesn't really matter what your excuse is because at the end of the day, most of the time, it's just excuses. What it really comes down to is just fear. And what ends up happening is if you never really try to even get there because you're too scared, you lose out on not just money, but you lose out on all the experience, all the knowledge, all the skill sets that you learn. So you just end up staying stuck in the same exact position without even adding any additional things to your life. So forget about getting to your goal. You're never going to develop as a person if you're too scared to even start or too scared to even try. Because if you want to start a business, have a relationship, whatever it might be, most of the time you stop yourself from doing it because there's something that comes up for you. It's either like, oh, I'm not confident enough. I don't have the money. I'm too scared what my parents will think. I'm scared of failing, whatever it might be, right? All these things that you kind of come up, they really just come down to one core thing. And that is just like, oh, this is risky, right? So it's like, oh shit, you realize that risk is a part of life. And this is so fun because once you finally understand that there's just levels to different risks, because walking over the fucking a roadway or whatever, walking past a fucking store, walking past a building, whatever it might be, all of those things are quote unquote risky because there could fucking be a car that just crashes right into you, right? But here's the thing, it's just a lower level of risk. So you realize that pretty much all the decisions you make are just risk taking decisions, but they're different levels of risk. And in your head, starting a business is a way higher risk than walking across the road, right? But in fact, it's really not because the price you pay for trying or for not trying, excuse me, the price you pay for not trying is more expensive than the price you pay for actually trying. Because let's just say you want to start posting on social media. You're just like, fuck, I need to hire an editor. I need to have a clipper. I need to have this. There's always so much money, right? Matter of fact, first of all, you don't even need all that. Just fucking start posting. Second of all, not doing that is actually more expensive because you're just going to stay stuck in the same place. And when you're stay stuck in the same place over time, you're going to end up paying for not even trying to get to where you want to go. Because let's say you even try to get to where you want to go and you don't get there, you still low key make your money back because of the experience, the skill set, and everything you learned along the way. While if you never even tried, you just pay the price for staying in the same place and not developing anything at all, which is more expensive than getting to where you want to go. So what it really comes down to is like, okay, let's say what's really riskier, right? Like you hear this in sales all the time. They're like, oh, what's really riskier? Is it paying for where you want to go? Or is it just like staying in the same exact place, not doing anything? Like what's really riskier in life? And most of the time, people realize that not doing anything is actually more risky than trying to get to where you want to go. Because here's what you have to realize, dude. It's like you have to put yourself out there nowadays. Like if you want to achieve anything, not being on social media and just not putting yourself out there is costing you more than not fucking doing anything, right? Most of us are just like, oh, I'll wait until I'm ready. I'll wait until I have more money. I'll wait until this, that, and the third. It's like, no, dude. Staying in the same place is such a debt to life, and it's going to cost you a lot more money long term because you're losing out on the money you could have made anyway. And not even just finances, but like we talked about, the skill set, the development, everything in life. You need to understand that these things are important because if you never try, you'll never get them. You'll never even know, right? So you have to understand that nowadays, putting yourself out there is one of the most important things you can do. Most of us are just too scared to actually even try out to do it. So hopefully while you're watching this video, you can actually understand that, okay, shit, here's something that I really need to do. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay stuck in the same place. And that's kind of why I'm here to do all this, document my journey, and even show you the transition for me making like 20, 30K a month from sales, starting on um, business, right? I'm literally posting to walk you guys through the whole journey, holding myself accountable and showing you guys that it is possible, even though you might feel like you're too scared to actually do it. Because imagine my position, right? I'm in this position making 10, 20, 30K a month in high ticket sales, taking sales calls all day. And I'm like, fuck, should I start a business? I know I can make so much more money, but it's just like, oh, fuck, it's too scary. I'm comfortable making 30K a month, etc., etc. But then you realize that if I don't do anything about it, what's going to happen is I'm just going to make 30K a month. When in 2 to 3 months from now, having my own business, I can make 100K. So if I just stayed making 30K a month for 3 months, yeah, I would have had 90K. But let's say in 3 months of putting the work in, I might not get the 90K from high ticket sales, but what I do get is 200K from my own business, right? So you end up making more money anyway. So by staying stuck, you're losing out on money. It's just like, it's crazy to me that people don't even realize this. So that's also why I'm walking you guys through the whole journey. I'm going to make updates on how the AI agency is going and what we're doing, and even coach you guys there down the line if you care about to even do so. But here's the thing. It's so freaking cool, right? Because realizing that these are all just like actions that involve risk anyway, once you really understand that, it lowers the risk of it because you realize that it's really not as risky as you might have thought it would have been because you actually get things in return for it. Obviously, if it was the case of there was no real ROI, then it would have just been a stupid risk. But because there is a good ROI, it makes way more sense to actually take the risk and do what you're supposed to do. So here's the thing. When it came to, like I said, my life, I really had this realization pretty recently with the switch from higher ticket sales into this business and whatnot. But for somebody like yourself, you have to look at it from your lens, whatever it might be, starting a business, posting on social media, just like in general, dude, like putting yourself out there in whatever you want to achieve is one of the biggest ROIs you'll have because staying invisible isn't helping you whatsoever. Even if you're retarded, didn't mean to say that, but even if you're stupid, right? It's like, why wouldn't you put yourself out there? It just gets you more eyeballs and it gets you to where you want to go faster. Because look at it from your perspective. If you're looking something out, let's say you're buying an iPhone or whatever, right? And if you go and search up and they don't even have an Instagram account, it's like, dude, you wouldn't even like, you would feel some type of way. It's a bigger risk. It's like, I don't know if I want that phone because they don't even have an Instagram account. So it's like, dude, if you were to flip the tables and be like, okay, when somebody's looking at what you have to offer or what you're supposed to do, let's say you want to be an athlete and you're a big basketball player and you don't even have an Instagram, how are people even going to know who you are in your game if you have no clips posted? It's like you're just doing yourself a disservice for not being out there, no matter what. Like from your point of view, you're the type of guy that would go in and look something up. So when you don't have that, w- how do you expect other people to react? You're literally in the same type of way. Like if you want to have a business and you're not even posting properly on social media, how the fuck do you expect people to even care about your business if they go and search you up and you're nowhere to be found, or you just have blank ass photos and nobody even knows what you're about? Like, how do you genuinely expect people to react? Understanding this is like, okay, I have something to do, right? And once you understand you have something to do, now you start doing it. And that's when you realize that the risk isn't actually so big because all you really have to do is just put yourself out there. And what you get in return is so much higher than just staying stuck in the same place. I really hope this helps. Hope that makes sense as well. I'll walk you through exactly now how this changed for me. The main thing for me was I didn't really get real results until I started doing what I was scared to do. And this is probably the case for you as well, because if you keep avoiding these things like I did in the past, I was always avoiding all the scary things, all the uncomfortable things. I will always try to do everything that I could to just avoid these things. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. It's like when I first made my 10K a month, it's like I was so scared to have sales calls. It was crazy. Like, I don't know what was going on. I was just like too scared of jumping on sales calls. And once I finally started doing that, that was the first thing that made me 10K a month. So it's like mind blowing how that ended up being my main fucking career when that was the thing I was too scared to do. It's like, what the hell, right? So whenever you have been like avoiding all of these scary things for so long, you should, by watching this video or just in life in general, realize that that is probably the number one thing that's holding you back. So once you finally start doing the scary things, you really start getting the results. And once you start getting the results, then it's just the right momentum. Then you're like, fuck, this isn't actually so scary. Let me double down. And you double down and you make even more. And then you realize that these scary things that were always blown up in your mind aren't even that scary. And they're actually the number one things that are going to get you to where you want to go. So until you fucking do the scary thing, you'll never know. So my main message for you, and what I mean to say is that you have to do the scary thing. Otherwise, you'll just stay stuck. So ask yourself, what's more expensive? Is it staying stuck in the same place? Or is it actually more expensive to like not do anything? Like actually getting to where you want to go? Is that expensive? Or is it more expensive staying exactly where you're at? Ask yourself, be brutally honest, and do what you need to do. Hope this helps. Take care.